But because I've been here for 10 years, there's been a lot of changes. There are a few main reasons that I just felt like now is my time to go. And I'm sure that if someone was arriving in Dubai today, they would still be like, wow, this is incredible. Can't believe people would ever leave this. But I think that in their 10 years time of being here, they will kind of start thinking the same as me, or maybe not. Maybe they'll just love it forever. Firstly, as we know, Dubai has grown so much. This has affected the cost of living. The cost of living has then affected where you can live. What I loved about Dubai 10 years ago was that you could afford to live in the marina right by the ocean. You could walk out, there's loads of shops, etc., etc. Now it's harder to do that. And if you're going to do that, you kind of have to be able to afford it. At the same time, PR obviously started kind of really kicking off for Dubai during COVID, when people could move here and kind of carry on a regular life when they couldn't at home. So now it's just attracted different types of crowds, whereas like before I used to feel like it was literally the safest place in the whole entire world. There's been things like I've seen like fights when I've been out and about. Here are different stories like that have been happening, which aren't necessarily the most scariest thing if you were, say, living in the West, but it's still really surprisingly shocking to see here in Dubai. Whereas Doha, it's still kind of not as known about yet. It's smaller. The types of people that are moving there are a bit more conservative still, so it tends to be a lot safer. I think it actually also just got named the most safe country in the Middle East this year. With busyness also comes traffic. Now I just have to pre-plan wherever I'm going at whatever time. I also miss being able to walk a lot more because we were living in certain areas where you'd always go out. Now you can't really afford those areas, so you're always having to drive into those areas, pay for parking if they don't have valet. And what I'd really like is just to be able to not have to leave my house at 5:30, 6 a.m. just to have a clear run to wherever I'm going. I do think that Dubai roads will catch up eventually with how many people are here, but the other problem that I personally foresee happening is I feel like over the years, as Dubai's expanded, it gets busy, everyone gets stuck on these roads, then they go and do the road so it can flow better. But by the time they've done that, there's even more people, so then you're back to square one. Of course, I'm not saying that Doha completely has no traffic, but I just think in general it's a lot better. And because we'll be living on the Pearl,